Who am I? Who is my audience? What is my expected end? And number 4, can you tell them?
Can you tell them?
Can you tell them? So we're going to do this on the writing part. We're going to actually do this in a little bit more extension. So I'm just going to briefly explain them now, but we're going to do it in 2 or 3 stages. As you understand more and more what the questions mean, you're going to be able to answer them a little different. But in the beginning, who am I is part of the dream planner process. Who do you want to be when you leave the room? In other words, what is your brand? What story are you trying to tell when you leave? Because you know they talk about you when you leave the room. Everybody talks about you because you talk about them, so you know they're talking about you. So what is the story when you walk out? Well, he's a jerk. No. What story, what essence do you currently leave behind and want to leave behind? So it's really 2 people. Who am I currently? When I have a family gathering, are you the bump on the log, or are you the life of the party, or are you the smart guy, or are you the, what are you? And next to that is, who do you want to be? I mean, when you leave, and sometimes you want to be different people depending on the role and the relationship. For me, I want to be the same guy. I figured out the one purpose for me. I want to be that guy every single time. When I was in my 30s and 40s, I wanted to be the smart guy. I wanted to, when I left every single engagement, I wanted people to say, man, he's smart. I always did. I was, for some reason, growing up in that, that smart kid that nobody listened to, I had that hole in me that needed that. That's what I wanted. Well, after I got that, I didn't want that anymore. I want the, man, he cares. I want that way more than I want that he's smart. So my purpose whenever I leave an event, whenever I leave a conversation with somebody, is Bill really cares about me. He really, truly cares. And so I do everything I can to spend relationships, to spend eye to eye with the person and ask them questions about them, because I really do care and I want them to go away with that. Bill cares. And if I called him with something personal, he would really want to listen. That's the guy I want to be. So write down on yours, who are you? Who do you want to be? Second question is, who's my audience? Now, this is a little tricky. I'll actually explain it more later. But who are you trying to influence? The size of the audience you want to influence is in the business world. Is it just your family? Is it your neighborhood? Is it, because all of us want to be liked. It's, there's very few people that are true trolls. They want to just live under a bridge, Billy Goat Gruff kind of thing. Just want to live under a bridge and throw rocks at everybody. Very few people actually want to do that. And once you get past their diss, they don't want that either. They're actually just protecting themselves with that. Most people want to be liked. Who is that? Who do you want to influence? Do you want to influence people with money? Do you want to influence people, your family? Do you want to influence the poor? Do you want to influence your spiritual community? Who is it? Who's your audience? You might have more than one. What is my expected end? Now, of all of them, this is the one that will probably change. As you grow up and become more mature and you purify your purpose, your expected end is going to be different. But you should answer it honestly. What do I really want out of this influence? If I'm going to influence 500 people or 100 people or my boss, what is my expected end? Oh, I just want to get a raise. I want to retire with money in the bank. I want to, whatever. What's the expected end? I want to sell 1,000 books. I want to be #1 bestseller in 4 categories on Amazon. That's what I want to do. Figure out what your expected end is with the influence. A lot of people don't go that far and they're wanting to influence. They don't actually honest with themselves as to what is it that you're trying to get. And there's a reason that you need to answer this question. In this world, in this business of influence, you need to know what your expected end is, or you're going to be running around in circles. You'll be wasting a whole lot of time trying to get people to do something and you don't even know what it is they're trying to get them to do.